How's it going, guys? Chris back here again with some more Brawl. Today, we're checking out the Hourglass Coven again. It's been a while since we've actually looked at them. But recently, I was playing a deck and it got way out of hand. So I wanted to play something more fun. We're trying to cast the Coven as many times as possible. We have ways to reduce the cost of creatures on the deck, and we have ways to sacrifice creatures. So the ideal is that we cast it, stack it, cast it, sack it, cast it. And in theory, we can do that more than once a turn. I think when it enters the battlefield, so we don't even really have to cast it. Like, we can let her go to the bin and then breach the multiverser. I've outramped you, primetime deck. Accept the truth. You're about to be covened. It's a rare treat to outramp the ramp deck. And Tatyova is unequivocally the ramp deck. Is there any commander that just ramps better? Probably not. Like, she doesn't ramp herself, but the payoff for ramping with her is far and away better than anybody else. Which is a bit sad because she is a 5-mana common. But what are you to do? What are you to do? I'm gonna get my Coven down, and then we're gonna Vraska next turn. Decline. Yeah, that one seems reasonable. And that one seems reasonable. Let's get their bin as empty as possible. Choose them, force them to sacrifice things that they like. Like, we cannot abide our opponent having things. It's just not cool. I imagine primetime comes down. Seems like a likely candidate. Yep, there he goes, ramping away. Would have been better if Tatyova had come down, but we're both been on a kick, right? Like, this is turn 4. Ideally, Tatyova comes down on turn 5 and then primetime on 6, but if your opponent's off to a really fast start and you have to be off to a really fast start, like, maybe skipping the Tatyova on the prospect that you can play her next turn and then get the ramp off the attack. There's reason in that course, but we do have an answer that we will pursue. Lose 3 life, sacrifice or discard opponent. Now I have to continue to make your day bad because that's the treasure opponent. I don't know if you noticed, but that's the treasure. Keyboard. That was probably terrible audio, but we'll roll with it. Gonna play more treasures opponent. Listen, if you play Tatyova, she's gonna become a treasure. It's just how life is. Yeah, they're in the awkward spot with the Nykthos where they have 5 mana, but if they have a 2-drop in hand basically, and like if they could Okay, opponent. They are done. Tayover has had enough of our Warlock shenanigans. Don't blame him. It can be a bit oppressive at times. Our Warlock. And it's also an alchemy card. Like, I do know that there are people that despise alchemy because it's like digital only. It's random weirdness thrown into Arena that separates Arena from physical Magic the Gathering. And like initially I understood that argument, but now that I've played with a lot of alchemy cards, it's like they're not generally that impactful, and the ones that are generally impactful are impactful in their own formats. So it's not as though they're as big a deal as they're made out to be. Like, they're just fun little side things. And I can get behind that. Like, that is a... If there has to be digital only card, like, that's the way I like it. It's a neat thing that happens in Historic Brawl and in Historic and Alchemy, but nowhere else. And that's kind of where I think they're at the moment, so... I'm not complaining about anything Alchemy. But a lot of the coolest stuff I've been able to do on the channel has been because of just neat, weird alchemy cards. Which is probably not a 30-minute discussion for the video. We tend to save our more controversial topics for the later part of the video when retention is down. But I don't know, just randomly spun into it. Yahenni, that's very cool. Gonna get me a black source. Mono black me mono black is not a matchup you see all that often or Brawl because it's regular Brawl now, but the point I was trying to get at is that, like, rude. Exiling my Fabled Passage doesn't do anything. You can't tap your Yahenni to search for a land. Yeah, you can. No, you can't. I didn't know. Opponent? Have you met the old ladies? But a while back I played The Witcher 3, and the 3 crones from The Witcher 3 are some of the coolest characters that I've seen. Because there's an area with a swamp, and there are three crone-like creatures in it, and there's a mystery about like what they actually are. Like they're clearly some kind of old monster, but like what is that? No clue. I don't like that aspect. So I don't know. It's been a while since we've had a Witcher 3 discussion, but like the end section of The Witcher 3 just felt worse compared to the beginning. The beginning was very solid. Like the Velen section, the White Orchard section, like even into Novigrad, you had some really cool aspects. Yeah, I'll get rid of my commander. Thank you very much. I always wanted her to not be part of. So that I get more, honestly. Yes, I got the Ward one and the Skelly one. Like, they're two of the weaker ones, but... I'll make a skeleton opponent. If I do this, I have 4 mana to play with. That's not enough to do anything. But it does have to be done. It does have to be done. I'm gonna reveal my Tetsamok opponent. When Tetsamok enters the battlefield, you'll need another creature. And then my Crones will attack. Ew. Disgusting. What do they have in the bin? No. It doesn't do anything, opponent. I do take some damage, though. Which is that. I think I have to go leveler next turn. Leveler? Bye-bye, Demon Dark Scheme. Yeah, I mean, you might as well Yahenni sacrifice him. They have to have removal spells in hand. They're mono black, I don't see how they wouldn't have them. They could not block here, but they could just kill me. And again, they might just give it Death Touch. Like, that's something that could happen. Rude. No creature, preferably. I think I'm gonna risk it with the Breach. So if they have a single removal spell, like our game plan becomes a lot less tenable. So let's just mill it away, see what we get our hands on. We have an 8/8 in the bin, regardless. I was hoping to have an 8/8 in the bin regardless. Let's go with that. And, that. That did not work out as I wanted. Ah. You cast it. Okay. Okay, game. We do have 11 toughness. That's not a insignificant amount. Oh god, are you? Could've, well, I couldn't have. It's not legendary. Neither of our demons were legendary. Rude opponent. Approaching lethal, I don't like that. Agatha's Cauldron. I've been seeing it a lot recently, and it's not that good of a card. But I guess it is because it's done work this game, right? Like, I've seen it not do work, but I've seen a lot of people run it, and I've seen a lot of people just use it. And it killed us. Either way, I think we have time for another game. We're at the 1-1 record. We're at the 15-minute mark. Like, we should be good to go. We're only 4 black creatures away from our quest, so we've made good progress. I I don't know, I use a variety of audio devices. And OBS only picks up some of them, and it looks like it's picking up headphones today. Very odd choice, OBS, but I won't judge you. I won't judge you. Maybe I need to look at Agatha's Cauldron as a versatility piece. I don't know, I like having a shell of just versatile colorless cards that you can build decks around. And I don't have Graveyard Hate in that shell, because generally it's something I'll put in later as is demanded, right? Like sometimes you have decks that don't want the graveyard touched at all, and then sometimes you have decks that really kind of demand that the graveyard is touched. Gonna mill me, opponent? Didn't think so. Shieldred. Decline. Get 1 mana, opponent. Vanishing Light. Rough choice. Shakedown Heavyweight, I guess. I need land, and he is a big attacker. He might pressure our opponent into letting us go. Thoughts, opponent? 6 damage. Can respect that. We're gonna go creature. So it's almost certainly a Wrath, isn't it? It could be the blue one. The scary blue one. You know the blue one. Stalk coming? Coven time? Discard. Opponent? Just let me draw a card, okay. I get my banishing, I get my Shieldred back? Disgusting, opponent. Disgusting. Don't know if I want any part of that. There's so many shrines, they can kill anything they want. Which one? Oh, the shrine one. Put a card, opponent. Add some mana. All of the creatures they control. Yeah, let's give it a go. Next turn, opponent. There are fewer shrines than there were before. Those are a Rite of Harmony. Yeah. Sure. Don't like it, but I accept that that happened. Ward is cool. Oh, let's get rid of the graveyard. My god, opponent. Would you stop to save your life? god, this kind of sucks. Leveler? Jin, go away. Nobody likes you. Another rat? Not another rat, but terrifying all the same. There are problems. No to the card draw. Seems like a bad plan. Made it go. Kami War? Probably the Shieldred. Yeah, that wasn't gonna happen. As we're told, very cool stuff. I don't have the mana for my leveler anymore. I mean, we've been running the table, so I'm not extremely worried, but I am a little bit worried. Odd choices there. Oh, but we are just dead. GG. Extra turn does all the work. Either way, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoy, remember to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.